Captain's log, stardate 150809. How are all you wonderful carbon-based life forms doing out there? I'm doing pretty good tonight. Last week, kind of a rough week. Hey, you know what? Those happen sometimes. Couldn't do a show, so I'm gonna make up for it tonight. I've got some good stuff coming. Got some good stuff planned. This week's entry is sponsored by the Facebook page Live Long and Prosper, commanded by Captain Christine Hope, inspiring all around the world for peace and long life. Keep in mind, your mind matter. Live long and prosper. Very good sentiments, Captain. To you, my dear, as always, the Prosper salute. Live long and prosper. I had to wait for that one. Alright. Let's replicate us some beverages, shall we? I don't know about y'all, but I'm a little thirsty. So let's do this. Give me two of them. Alright. First beverage of choice for this week, Shot Top Lemon Shandy. 4.2%, slightly lower than average. Proper opening apparatus, proper technique. Pour it right into the good Spock side this time. Oh yeah, there we go. Good pour. Good song. Good timing, actually. Cheers to you all. Kapla, they say in the Klingon Empire. Good. It's good. It's good. Very good. Voila, we made it. We made it. We're here. Let's do this. Going clear back to the 27th of July. A wonderful, lovely young lady that I met when I was living in Germany. The lovely, awesome Suzy Cologne. Suzy, sunshine, how are you? How's life treating you? Hope you had a happy birthday. I hope Pete spoiled you. I saw where he did pretty good on his certification not too long ago. Congratulations to him. Hey, you know what? You two are awesome. I'm going to give you both the Prosper salute. I know you don't drink, but I'll drink one for you. All right, next on the list. From the 30th. This is awesome. These next two that I'm going to talk about on the 30th for their birthdays, they're like brothers to me. You know, the first one, I mean, they were both born on the 30th, but that's not why. That's just an amazing coincidence. But these two are like brothers. The first one, man, I was having a rough time. He helped me through it. I'm talking about Austin Arnold. Austin, what's up, dude? You need to get you a Facebook, man. You know, I'm ready for November. I am ready for November. We're gonna be there. I want to see you guys. I want to see you, and I want to see Josh. I want to see my other brother, Josh Chenoweth. I can't wait, fellas. You guys have been like brothers to me. You've always been there. If one of you wasn't there, the other one of you was there. You've always been there. Always willing to hang out. Always just willing to do whatever needed to be done. I give the two of you the Prosper salute. I'm gonna take an extra long drink for the both of you. Ooh, that's good. All right, next on the list. Good friend of mine. Went to school with him. I was in the marching band with him for a couple years. Just recently reconnected with him not too long ago. Justin Good. How's it going? What are you up to? How's life treating you? I hope things are going well for you. Last count I had, you were living in New York as opposed to Old York. Hey, it is what it is, man. Hope things are going well for you. Happy belated birthday. All right. Next on the list, the last one from the 30th. This one is, come to find out, it's actually a memorial profile. It's the men and women over at the USS Indianapolis on their Facebook. I'll I'll post a link. Actually, no, I lied. I'll post a link in the comments wherever they are. I'll post their link. Check them out. Commissioned. What year was it? I forget what year this Indianapolis was commissioned. Man, I should have done some more research. I apologize for that, but hey, you know what? Y'all seem like a good organization. I drink to y'all. Alright. Let's move on. That was the last birthday I had for July. Let us move on to August. On the 1st. Gal I actually met here. Earth Station, Okinawa. Stephene Hunt. Now, yeah, Stephene Hunt. Stephene, she sells this phenomenon known as It Works. And you know what? I'll go ahead and put it out there. It works. You know, it really does work. Hit her up. Hit up anybody that you know that does these It Works body wrap greens things. You know, hit them up, hook them up, let them know I sent you. And hey, Stephene, happy birthday. I hope you get a little bit more sales because of that. And hey, I drink to you, my dear. All right. Next on the list, guy I knew here at Earth Station, Okinawa. He has moved to a very cold place. Probably the Andorian homeworld. Probably Andor. John Hazen. John, what the hell are you up to, my friend? I hope life's treating you well. I hope you got settled in wherever you're at. John, happy belated birthday to you. I drink, my friend. Hope your birthday was a good one. All right. Now, moving on to the second. Very dear friend of mine. Met him when I was living in England. Came and visited me a few times when we were in Germany. Actually, no, he didn't come and visit me. He was in Germany on business. I managed to talk him into spending a little bit of time with me and Robin. I'm talking about Kevin Hawks. Kevin, my friend, one of my mentors. How are you? How are you doing? I see life's treating you well. I see you are finally totally retired. You're totally done. You are done, my friend. Well done. On behalf of all the men and women whose lives you have touched, helped to shape, I give you the prosper salute. Excuse me. And I drink to you, my friend. Thank you for everything you've done for all of us. All right. Next up on the list. Guy I knew in Germany. We were on an escort detail together. If I were Captain Picard, he would be my number one because he was just that good at it. I'm talking about Aaron Williams. Aaron, how are you doing? I saw things were a little shaky for you. Things, yes, no, maybe. Look, hey, man, Aaron, if you need anything, I'm here for you. Let me know. By all means, let me know. Hit me up. Not afraid to help you out. I'll do what I can for you. Now drink to you. Excuse me. Alright. Next birthday on the list. I actually had him over yesterday for a party. Brooks Dorsey. Brooks, my friend, my neighbor. I saw you were looking a little rough this morning, but hey, that's just because you stayed up so late. I'd be a little rough too if I got up as early as you did and I ended up staying up as late as you did. But hey, you know what? It's all good. Brooks, I hope you and Amber had a good time over here last night. I know I did. I think I did. I don't remember. Nah, I'm kidding. I wasn't that bad. But hey, thanks for coming over and look forward to doing it again sometime. Excuse me. Alright, next up on the list. Gal I knew. Let me try that again. Gal I knew living in Germany. Weird. Helena Swiderski. Lena, what's going on? Everything okay? Are you doing alright? Need help with anything? Let me know. Hit me up. And I want to read something for you. Alles Gute zum Geburtstag. I took a German class. I probably butchered that up. I don't remember what it sounded like, honestly. I wanted to write a brief note off to the side. You know, tried to say happy birthday to you in German. I hope I didn't butcher it. If I did, I humbly apologize. But hey, if not, sweet. I drink to you, my dear. All right. Next on the list. this guy, like me, Indianapolis Colts football fan, lives up mainland Japan, exotic mainland Japan. Currently out of town right now. Good friend of mine, but that I have yet to meet in person. I'm looking forward to someday. Jesse Rubens. Jesse, what's going on, man? I saw you were away on business at Bible camp, or whatever you call that. Living in a place like that? Yeah, you're not a Bible camp. I'm sorry, my friend, but hey, I've got something that you are going to love. I'll fill you in on that later. But hey, Jesse, my friend, happy birthday to you. I hope it was a good one wherever you were, and I drink to you. All right. Next on this list. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Almost done. We're getting there. Next on the list, gal I knew back in high school, actually. I knew her as Tara Seifer, married name Tara Ramey. Tara, how's it going? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. So I see you're still I see you're still doing what you're doing back in the States. That's good on you. It's good on you. I hope to see you again sometime. And hey, I drink to you. Devoid of life is the brain cells, the average Babylon 5 fan. Good thing I replicated 2 of them. Second one, at 5.2%, we are going with Shock Top Honeycrisp Apple Wheat. Proper opening apparatus, proper technique. Oh, excuse me. Whew. You know, they say that if you drink on the next day, after you spent another day of drinking, that it kind of helps balance everything out. I call bullcrap. Excuse me. I call bullcrap. All right, so where was I? Oh, yeah. Cheers to y'all. Kapla, as they'd say in the Klingon Empire. Outstanding. All right, we're almost there. Winding down. Got a handful more. Next up, another gal I was with, that I was in marching band with back in the day. I knew her as Sarah Snowden. Sarah Griffith. Sarah, I saw you just recently got promotion in your current job. You are going to be learning how to manage people and manage other items, other assets. Sarah, congratulations to you. I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors on this. I give you the Prosper salute, and I'm going to drink to you. Alright, next on the list, this gal, oh my god, I swear, she really could be a professional singer. She really could be. I don't know why you haven't put together a demo tape yet, or a demo disc, or whatever they're using in this time period. Excuse me. But I'm talking about Melissa Guffey. She's a couple years ahead of me in school. Did I say Guppy or Guffey? If I said Guppy, I meant Guffey. If I said Guffey, yeehaw. Let's keep going. Yeah, Melissa, Sunshine, how are you? Hope your birthday was an awesome one. I hope you got spoiled. Saw you had a girls' night out. Hey, I gave you that. I gave you that. And I gave you one of these. Alright, next on the list. Another man that I have met in my travels that is like a mentor to me. Knew him in jolly old England. I'm talking about Lorin Ladson. Lorin, I hope your birthday was a good one. I hope you're able to spend it with family. On behalf of everybody else whose lives you've touched, I want to thank you for everything you've done. I also want to thank you for being there, kind of mentoring all of us in the right direction. My friend, I give you the Prosper salute, and I'm going to knock a little back for you. All right. Two more, almost there. This one is from Dallas Cowboy Day, 8-8. See what I did there? Anyway, this one goes out to Mikey Renault. I grew up with him, graduated high school with him. Good dude, all around good dude. Mike, my friend, how's life treating you? I saw you've got an awesome daughter that thinks the world of you. I am very envious of you right now. Do not lose that. Do not let go of that. Do not let anything happen to that. Hey, Mike, to you. Hey, what the hell? The Prosper salute. And I drink to you. Speaking of awesome fathers, last birthday, not my father, not my stepfather, but he's my step-uncle. Uncle Max. Max Riggs. Uncle Max, how you doing, bro? How's life treating you? Hope you had a happy birthday. Hope you knocked back some gym. You know what? For you, I'm going to knock back some of this. Happy birthday. Alright, it took me about 10, 12 minutes, but hey, birthdays are done. Actually, all my greetings are done. Since I'm playing catch-up, I'm not doing any additional greetings. That's it. Alright, we had us a couple polls off of StarTrek.com. The first one, this article is actually dated July 26th. StarTrek.com, for our latest weekly poll, not the latest, but anyway, asked which series had the best musical theme. The reply options, of course, included the original series, The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise. Excuse me. Nearly 10,000 fans voted, and here are the results. Star Trek The Next Generation beat them all out at 33%. Behind them, at 23%, was Star Trek Voyager. Deep Space Nine the original series was right behind them at 16%, and even right behind them at 14% was Deep Space Nine. Only 13% of the fans that voted said Enterprise had the best theme, and it's very fitting that Captain Archer is doing a facepalm in the picture. I couldn't agree more, but hey, honestly, I think I voted for Deep Space Nine. I think I did. So, shows what I know. And in the next poll, from the second, which captain is the most patient? Well, it definitely ain't me. Anyway, that was the question we asked in our latest StarTrek.com poll. The reply options included Captain Kirk, Captain Picard, Captain Sisko, Captain Janeway, and Captain Archer. Out of the 10,000 fans that voted, 61% of them said Captain Picard was the most patient. Logical, of course. And then from there, it plummeted to a measly 15% said Captain Janeway. Right behind her at 14% was Captain Sisko. 6% of fans that voted said Captain Archer was the next patient. And only 3% said Captain Kirk was the most patient captain. Honestly, I think it all fits. I really do. But hey, you know what? That's awesome. That's awesome. This week's poll, which is about ready to close out, StarTrek.com asks, what planet would you want to live on? Or which planet would you want to spend vacation on? It's a planet question. Hit them up, cast your vote, and find out how they did. All right. Got a handful of events that happened this week in Trek history. Just bear with me. I'm going to try to burn through them as fast as I can. This first birthday, although not a major player in a movie or a series, he ended up in Federation and Klingon history, ended up being important. Actor David Warner was born July 29th, 1941, turned 74 years old. Why did I bring him up? Because he played Klingon Chancellor Gorkon in Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. It was Gorkon's initiative that led to the ultimate peace between the Federation and the Klingon Empire, which had a little brief pause in the late 24th century, had a brief pause, but it was picked back up. He turned 74. All right. Next, the other birthday from the 29th, in 1972, I'm talking about Will Wheaton. Will Wheaton played Wesley Crusher from Star Trek The Next Generation in the first, about halfway through season 4. Came back a few times after that. He turned 43. All right. Little bit of a death. Got to pull the hat off for this one. July 31st, 2013. Michael Ansara passed away at 94. Why am I bringing him up? Mainly because I dropped this guy. No, I'm kidding. I brought him up because he was the last of the 3 major Klingons to pass away. Played Kang in the original series episode Day of the Dove, which he reprised that character in flashback, slightly older than he was in Day of the Dove, and again in Blood Oath, where Kang ultimately met his demise, a warrior's death. Actually, ironically, he was the last 3 to die. And the only Klingon to survive from Blood Oath, Kor, played by actor John Colicos, was actually the first of those 3 to pass away. Funny how that all works, right? All right, moving on. Here's a big one. Who likes putting model kits together? August 1st, 1966. Desilu and Aluminum Metal Toys, also known as AMT, reaches a deal, finalize their deal. AMT will support the production of the original series at no charge in exchange for exclusive rights to market model kits based off the series. Who had one of the model kits? I had several. They've all been long gone. They're all long gone though. I got one that didn't exactly survive the move, so I've decided that once I finally decide to plant roots, that's when I'm going to start building models kits again. All right, let's move on. I've taken up enough time with you on that one. Actress on August 6, 1911. Actress Lucille Ball was born. Now, why am I bringing her up, you might ask? Easy. She was one of the owners of Desilu Studios, who liked Star Trek and convinced Gene Roddenberry to sell a second pilot. She told NBC, she's like, hey, I really like this. I'm willing to put this up. Give him another shot. NBC is like, okay, Gene, give me another script. Give me another pilot. They did it. That pilot was Where No Man Has Gone Before, and with that, Star Trek was sold. Star Trek was made, and here we are. Here I am doing this. Hadn't been for Star Trek, wouldn't be wasting your time. But she was born August 6th, 1911, passed away April 29th, 1988 at the ripe age of 77, probably due to lung cancer. She was a heavy smoker after all. She'd be 104. She'd be 104 years old, and people are living to be that old. All right, let me move on. I've taken up enough time with her. August 6, 1951, 40 years later, the lovely Catherine Hicks was born. I bring her up because she played cetacean biologist Gillian Taylor, Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. If it hadn't been for her, Admiral Kirk and company would not have been able to bring 2 humpback whales forward in time to the 23rd century, drop them off, and hope they tell the probe what to go do with itself, as Dr. McCoy said. Anyway, if it hadn't been for her, wouldn't have happened, wouldn't have worked out. She turned 64. She turned 64 on the 6th. Also born on the 6th in 1955, Mike Okuda. Now, it's funny, I brought up Catherine Hicks, bringing him up. Catherine Hicks' Star Trek role was in The Voyage Home. The Voyage Home is where Mike Okuda got his start. Have you ever heard of the Okudagram? Named after him. What the Okudagram basically is the on-screen graphics for the computer displays or the computer consoles. Or I think maybe even door signs too. But hey, he turned 60 years old on the 6th. Happy birthday to you. Couple more, almost there. August 7th, 1978. A talented young actor was born. His name, Cirroc Lofton. Played Jake Sisko in Deep Space Nine. Probably had the most non-appearances for their actual contracted time, credited in a series. I think he had like 103 non-appearances, and he was a main actor. I don't get that, but hey, it is what it is. He turned 37, and finally, born today, 1968, actor Eric Bana was born. Now, who's that, you might be asking? He played Nero in J.J. Abrams' reboot Star Trek from 2009. That's it for this week in Trek history. Now, before I go into the databanks, there is one thing I have to talk about. It's here. Well, it kind of here. Football season. All right. Now, I like football. I really do. I really like the NFL. But between the NFL and Tom Brady, get your shit figured out. Pardon my language. But so anyway, it turns out that Roger Goodell, in his infinite wisdom, decided to uphold the suspension of Tom Brady for the circumstantial evidence, or not the circumstantial evidence, but the circumstantial destruction of Tom Brady's phone. Okay, now I said circumstantial, but then again, that doesn't mean that I'm in support of Tom Brady. I'm actually not in support of anybody in this. I just want to see the damn thing resolved. But I said that about Tom Brady to say this. On the day of his meeting with Ted Wells, it turns out he had his assistant destroy his cell phone, claiming it was a common practice. Well, I got some news for you guys. I read some articles after that, and it turns out that Brady's story is about as deflated as the footballs he was using in the AFC Championship game. So honestly, I don't know who to believe. I don't care who's right in this one. I just want the damn thing resolved. I don't care if Brady gets kicked out of the league, Roger Goodell gets fired, or in the unlikely situation where both could happen. That would make me happier than a 5-pecker triple. Pardon my language. Hey, I'm not sober right now. I don't care. It's my show. I'll talk about what I want, how I want. Alright. That being said, let's go into the databanks. The whole reason we're here. This week's entry into the databanks. Friday's Child. From the second season of the original series. The Enterprise becomes involved in a local power struggle on planet Capella 4, where the Klingons want mining rights. Damn Klingons, always wanting something. I swear, they're smooth foreheads in this time. Anyway, alright. That's it. That's this one in a nutshell. Let's go behind the scenes. Exterior planet scenes were filmed at the familiar Vasquez Rocks, located north of Los Angeles. I want to see that place. I want to get there. I want to see that place someday. Just to say I saw it. The episode was filmed in late May amid temperatures at Vasquez Rocks of up to 110 degrees, making it highly uncomfortable for actors, especially those in Capellan costumes. However, I want to say his name is Tige Andrews, Tige Andrews, enjoyed his Klingon costume very much, this being his first chance to wear a non-ordinary costume for a film role. His exotic demeanor helped him get into the character of Crass. That's actually pretty neat. I didn't know that somebody would actually enjoy being a Klingon. Had he been a 24th century Klingon, I don't know if he would have appreciated it nearly as much. But hey, I'm moving on, or I'm going off into a tangent. Let's get back on course. In Dorothy Fontana's original script, Helena sacrificed her child for her own life. Interesting. Gene Roddenberry objected to this and changed the ending to what appears in a finished episode. Fontana also envisioned Helena as a strong woman who rebels against a society which considers women only as mothers and homemakers. I hope Fontana's happy today, because, well, Helena would fit in perfectly. But hey, not with the attitude of wanting to kill her own child. I think that's wrong. Well, then again, the way present day Earth is going, it could happen. You know, she could fit right in. The only thing is, she'd be a tall old woman. All right. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. All right. The set panel to the left of the science station was removed for this episode. Chekhov can be seen with his hand draped over the left edge of the station, an edge that shouldn't exist. In the next episode, Who Mourns for Adonius? I always mess that one up. Anyway, wider shots show that the workstation countertop continues unbroken when the set piece is in place. For the Friday's Child Remastered Edition, a close-up of the science station replaces the old, incomplete version. Excuse me. In the footage seen in the briefing room of Dr. McCoy's previous visit to Capella 4, he is seen wearing his present-day Enterprise tunic, rather than a Where No Man Has Gone Before era tunic, which would have been appropriate for that time period. He is also seen wearing the Enterprise insignia before he joined the crew. However, it can also be seen that the tunic sleeves show a lieutenant's stripe, whereas McCoy's present rank is lieutenant commander, as often indicated by his sleeves. This is consistent with his visit to Capella 4 having taken place in a previous time period. Then again, for all we know, when Dr. McCoy originally signed on to the Enterprise, which was after Where No Man Has Gone Before, he was on temporary assignment at Capella 4 as a lieutenant, having earned a promotion before he arrived. It's possible. Nothing said that it hasn't happened. Nothing said that it has happened. Hey, go with it. That's what I'm doing. Leonard James Akar has appeared as an influential Starfleet admiral in several of the Star Trek Deep Space Nine novels that take place after the end of the events depicted on screen, suggesting Kirk's half-joking prediction of the name going down in history did in fact come true to some extent. The Star Trek Titan novels also use Leonard James Akar, as with a conflict between him and Commander Tuvok. But I'm not going to go too far into that. I'll let you read the books on your own. This is the first episode which Chekhov makes the dubious claim of something being invented in Russia. In this case, he claims that the old Earth saying, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me," was invented in Russia. I actually like that phrase. I try to live by that one the best I can, and needless to say, shame on me a few times. Alright, let's move on. The footage seen on the briefing room, seen in the teaser, is recycled from scenes of the Warriors hunting down Kirk and company later on in the episode. Events that happened before the briefing room are showing up in the briefing room, but it gives me a headache. Anyway, whatever. I'm kidding. Actors playing Capellan warriors were given elevated shoes to make them appear as giants compared to humans and Klingons. Ma'ab's high-top headwear served the same purpose. Cool. A sequence in the blooper reel shows William Shatner entering the tent too quickly when Tage Andrews is looking for his weapon and exclaiming, "Oh shit!" That's funny. Lots of dialogue looping was used in this episode because of the outdoor setting. Some of the dubbing was crammed together nearly on top of other lines. I believe it. It was hot out there. It might have been a little windy. You never know. That was probably quiet. It's hard to compact noise on location. I would believe. I would suppose. Anyway, let's move on. By preventing Ma'ab from killing Aline, thereby allowing her unborn son to become Tier of the Tribes, Kirk and company would appear to be in flagrant violation of the Prime Directive. This is discussed in the original series comic The Trial of James T. Kirk, where Akar is called to testify. He states that he believes in the wisdom of the man who saved his life, namely Kirk. He then kneels before Kirk to demonstrate the depth of his gratitude. Yeah. He's right, you know. Alright, let's move on. In the original series comic, The Peacekeeper Part 2, The Conclusion, the events of this episode are mentioned by Dr. McCoy in order to motivate Captain Kirk to make an exception in the Prime Directive, suggesting that it was violated this episode. I'm telling you. For its first 4 appearances in the series, including this episode, Walter Koenig wore a monkey's-style wig, which he absolutely detested. In one interview, he made joking and uncomplimentary references to that wig. By the apple, he seems to have discarded it. Good! Get rid of that thing. This was Robert Browver's, I think, first appearance of many in the series, often as a stunt performer or uncredited extra. This episode marks the debut of Sulu's personal scanner at the home position. In its first appearance, the device dramatically unfolds and emerges from inside the home console. Excuse me. In his written adaptations of the episodes, James Blish refers to the device as a gooseneck viewer. I see it. Excuse me. This episode may possibly have been aired as a repeat, 1 week before Assignment Earth first aired, as Stephen Whitfield's The Making of Star Trek lists the episode as airing March 22nd. Memory Alpha has this thing marked as airing first week of December. Hey, it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. Whitfield's The Making of Star Trek also features some excellent behind-the-scenes photos from this episode, filmed in late May 1967. In their book, Inside Star Trek, The Real Story, Bob Justman and Herb Solow include a shot from the production of Shatner and Nimoy reading the contemporary Mad Magazine Star Trek spoof, Star Blech. You know, some pictures have actually replaced that with an edition of Playboy. I could have believed either one. I'm just saying. Knowing Shatner, I could have believed either one. But hey, let's move on. The name of this episode appears to derive from the old children's rhyme, Friday's Child. Friday's child is loving and giving. So on and so forth. Capellans was also the name given to the aliens in Jerry Soule's 1953 novel, The Transcendent Man. Though the connection seems unintentional, the aliens in that book were closer in style to the Organians. Capella itself is the brightest star in the constellation of Auriga, the charioteer. You may be able to hear the house commander out there. I don't know what she's doing. But hey, cool. This is the only episode in which Uhura and Sulu call Scotty by his nickname. Uhura also referred to him as such in Star Trek V, The Final Frontier. Including the Doctor's flashback of his father's death in Star Trek V, The Final Frontier, and his encounter in the man trap with the salt creature of M113, disguised as his old flame Nancy Crater, Kirk's and McCoy's playful boasting about being the namesakes of Leonard James Akar marks only the third time McCoy is ever addressed as Leonard. This is the first of only 2 times that Kirk is ever addressed as James. The second time is in The Savage Curtain, where he is so addressed by the simulacrum of Abraham Lincoln. Is that a word? I don't know. Sorry, folks. There's an interesting sequence in the latter part of the episode. As Mahab and his cohorts close in on Kirk's hideout, Taj Andrews takes a face-forward flop onto the ground. In the next close-up, he is seen dusting off his pants. This would seem to indicate that for the close-up coverage, there was a second camera filming simultaneously to the wide shot, and that the camera was hidden behind the large rock seen near Michael Dante. This is the second and final episode where Spock is knocked out in a fight. The first being Mirror Mirror, although in that case it was the Mirror Spock who was incapacitated. Where a Capellan hits the Vulcan with a sword, and while he and Kirk prevent Eileen's death. This is the first episode where all 7 classic crew members, Kirk, Spock, McCoy, Scott, Uhura, Sulu, and Chekhov, appear in the same scene. In the teaser, discussing the background for the Capellans, although Sulu is only seen on a view screen reporting from the bridge. Excuse me. The other 6 are still in the same briefing room together. The 6 also appear in the same scene together at the very end on the bridge, and George Takei is still absent, although the right arm of a helmsman that should be Sulu is seen at the right edge of the screen. Presumably, he was on his way to make the Green Berets at the time. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure as always coming to you. Think I can get it? Think I can get it? Let's try it. Oh yeah. Devoid of life is the brain cells, the average Babylon 5 fan. Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for having me into your homes, on your computers, on your phones, your tablets, however you watch me. Thank you for having me. As always, it's been a pleasure. And it is time to make like the Enterprise and warp out. So ladies and gentlemen, take care. Have an awesome night or day. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And if you do, name it after me. Don't drink and drive because, well, you might spill your drink. But more importantly, you might kill yourself or somebody else. And drinking and driving is dumber than being a Sequest fan. And what's dumber than that is rooting for cheating lion bastards like Tom. Giselle won't let me go to the Pro Bowl, and I had my phone destroyed right before an important meeting, which could have proved my innocence, and those balls are so heavy with all that air in it. Brady, men slapping women, racism, animal abuse, fake friends, people who welch on bets, anyone who is a member of, supports, or defends ISIS or the Westboro Baptist Church, who tried to picket Leonard Nimoy's funeral but couldn't find it. Things like that are highly illogical, and I will not make time for them. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again, as always. Words cannot express how grateful I am to you for allowing me into your homes. However, I will close with the final thought. Live long and prosper.